Hey everybody, it's Monday and you know what that means. It's time for Dota in Ottawa. Hey everybody, it's Dota Night in Ottawa. Everybody get on your Dotas now, yeah.
Hello and welcome to a special Friday afternoon edition of Monday Night Dota in Ottawa. I'm your host, Rob, and we have a very special matchup for you today. We are going to cast as much Week 1 OAHGL Dota as we possibly can until I need to leave. Our first match that we're going to cast today is Blame the Captain versus Heart Tree, which, if anyone is tuning in live, will know that I've already introduced and then had to restart because of video problems. But here we have it. So Blame the Captain. The captain of this team is Sodium Poisoning. His teammates are Rax, Elardin, Yambo XD, and Beetle. On Heart Tree, their opponents, we have SM, the captain, and Pepper, Annie, Pandabetch, and Tendu Style are his teammates. Tendu Style doing the draft, but he is not the official team captain. So, we're a little bit into the draft already because the first, say, 2 minutes of the draft have not been very exciting. Heart Tree chose to not ban anything and let their reserve time run out completely. So that's where we're at right now. Let's jump into it.
Dyer's ban.
Now, I have no real idea what these teams' preferred heroes are, what their preferred strategies are. I have never seen these people play before. So you're gonna learn along with me.
Radiant's
Is what's
ban.
gonna happen now. OD banned out by Blame the Captain. Not surprising. OD is just a terror of a hero in the right hands, and super annoying to play against. OD, I would say, is a hero that is better
10 seconds to go.
at lower MMRs as opposed to like pro
5
level
seconds.
Dota. And by lower MMRs, I mean like anywhere under like 6k. Because OD is a hero that I think
Dyer's
is
ban.
counterable in many ways. There are a lot of ways to counter him, but I find it's always harder to counter heroes
Radiant's
than it
ban.
is to just play the heroes that you're playing.
Dyer's pick.
All right, a lot of bans and picks being thrown out here. OD being that first ban, Omni Knight being banned. Strange that they would ban out the OD and Omni combo,
Dyer's pick.
both of the heroes, as banning out just one of them prevents the opponents from having the combo that has become so popular in pubs. Invoker was the first pick up by Heart Tree. Just a classic pub stomp, do a lot of stuff hero. Very well rounded. Lots of strength there. And Tidehunter and Sand King being picked up by Blame the Captain. Silencer being picked up by Heart Tree very quickly after that. So Tidehunter, Sand King, the offlane and 4-position heroes, kind of a quasi-jungler in Sand King.
10 seconds to go.
Already, Blame the Captain have put their strategy out on the line here.
5
They are
seconds.
looking to teamfight. They've got Ravage, they've got Epicenter, two huge teamfight ults that, if combined properly, will basically win a
Dyer's
teamfight
ban.
for them. And Silencer being picked up. Heart Tree picked that up real quick, but already that's one of, if not the best counters to big wombo combo lineups like this. Silencer, if he stays back, as soon as he
10
sees the
seconds to
Tidehunter
go.
Ravage go off or the Sand King jump into the fight, he can pop that global silence,
5
and
seconds.
any combo that Blame the Captain had
Radiant's
is
ban.
suddenly just totally neutralized. And Heart Tree now,
10 seconds
oh, they're
to go.
letting their bans run out.
5 seconds.
Unsure if trolling. I think I actually do remember someone saying that they were kind of trolling this game, just having a little bit of fun.
Ban.
But I would honestly say that not banning things is not a terrible strategy, especially when you have no idea what your opponents want to pick. I suppose you could always just ban out heroes that are good
10
against the
seconds
heroes
to
that you
go.
want to play. Like, Silencer actually would have been a good ban in the second round
seconds.
if he had not gone through the first. Just simply banning out based on matchups that you don't like is probably the best strategy, given that you don't have a lot of information on your opponents. And Invoker Silencer, at least, is not a very informative draft. I think they're not giving a lot away here.
Lion.
All right, Lion, the third pickup.
Radiant's pick.
I like it. That's what comes to mind first. Lion as a hero, I am just a huge fan of right now. He provides a ton in team fights, even into the late game. He's amazing in lane with the right combination. Spirit Breaker then being picked up by Hearttree.
Radiant's pick.
Wraith King being picked up by Blame the Captain. So this is right here the makings of a very strong Tri lane. Wraith King with the stun, Lion with the stun and the Hex, Sand King with the stun. These three heroes, if combined up properly, can make life hell for any offlaner.
Bounty hunter.
Just a combined stun chain can wipe out any offlaner as soon as they pop their head out. So that Spirit Breaker that Hearttree picked up is not going to have a good time. He's going to have to do a lot of roaming if he's the offlaner, which it looks like he is. He's gonna have to move around the map and get stuff done elsewhere than his home off lane. Bounty Hunter being picked up by Hearttree.
5 seconds.
Good with the Spirit Breaker, obviously, being able to scout out. Some nice synergy there. Bounty Hunter can scout out targets, and Spirit Breaker can charge in on them. Good with the Invoker as well, if the Invoker goes Exhort and starts to be a pick-off monster. And Blame the Captain, recognizing here that Hearttree does not have a one-position hero, banning out the Spectre. They've already banned out the Sven, so ooh, Pudge. Alrighty then.
Radiant's pick.
So that's looking like a mid-Pudge to me, which means this is looking like it's gonna be a fun game. Oh, I'm excited. I have a smile on my face right now. This is gonna be a good one.
Anti-mage.
And Anti-Mage, there's that one position that Hearttree needed to pick up. So in the laning phase, what we're going to have to look out for here, big things to look out for. Oh, sorry. I've already screwed up with the camera. Big things to look out for on the side of Sodium Poisoning, who's playing that Pudge.
Looks like we lost
Beetle
one.
on the Tidehunter. Yambo XD on the Wraith King, the 1 position. Ellardin on the 5 position Lion. Rax on the 4 position Sand King. Oh, the trolling. Anyway. So, this team, BTC, is looking to just make stuff happen with this strong Tri lane. Force out the offlaner. And gain an advantage there. The Tidehunter is going to be just trying to get whatever experience he can. The Pudge will be looking to get those hooks. So mid lane and their safe lane is where they're looking to make stuff happen. On the side of Hearttree, the Anti-Mage is going to be farming, and the rest of the team looks to be just space creation, space creation, space creation. SM on the Bounty Hunter is obviously this is a hero that just roams, causes chaos all across the map, and forces the opponents around the map. Spirit Breaker as well, which Pandabetch is playing, is going to be running around, a lot of roaming, a lot of just causing chaos so that the Anti-Mage has space to farm. The Silencer looks like he is going to be the lane support for the Anti-Mage, which is not a very powerful combo. And the Invoker mid, again, just a hero that can get a lot done, make a lot of space. And bottom lane, already a big fight for the rune. Rax, the Sand King, throws out a stun, but he's taking a lot of damage. Pandabetch on the Spirit Breaker, not deciding to chase the Tidehunter too far out. And no first blood is seen. And now the teams move into their lanes. Rax, not sure what he's up to here in the off lane. Could be that they're doing a dual off lane, as anti-mage with a silencer lane support is not a very strong combo. This is not a pair of heroes that can stop aggressive lanes very easily. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Tidehunter throws down the Anchor Smash, chases out Pepper on the silencer, but doesn't quite get the kill, doesn't go for the kill, just a little bit of harassment. So a 2-on-2 lane down here. Meanwhile, the Spirit Breaker, Dire's Courier has been killed. Oh, there we go. SM got the snipe on the Courier. Very nice bounty hunter play by him. This does open up the Spirit Breaker to stand in the lane. He's no longer being threatened with lethal stuns anytime he goes near the lane. But it does put pressure on the anti-mage. And that's going to be a big component of BTC's game, is going to be keeping this anti-mage from free farming. Top lane, the Spirit Breaker is now level 2. He might try and make something happen with this roaming bounty hunter. SM swinging in from behind. Lion is very squishy and could be the target here. No, SM just checking things out. In the bottom lane, it looks like the AM and Silencer are getting the better of this lane. The AM with yeah, he does have 7 last hits there, as opposed to the 2 of the Tidehunter. And they're having a grand old time stacking and pulling. Mid, this Pudge has no last hits, which is kind of a big deal. He does have his bottle, so he's at least competitive in the lane. But Tendu Style here with 14 last hits. And a Sunstrike that got first blood in the bottom that I totally missed. But yeah, Tendu Style is dominating this lane. Just that is going to be a big issue going into the mid game when this Pudge is underfarmed, and the Invoker is going to have free reign to possibly push towers, make stuff happen, get kills around the map, including possibly this one here. Onto Sodium Poisoning getting away with 50 health. And Tendu Style backs off with the harassment that he does have. Bottom lane, Suckmedic rotates in, and Silencer spells drop down the Tidehunter. Meanwhile, oh, Pudge forced back 3 minutes into the game to his well. That is tough. This Invoker has just won the lane at 3 minutes, and at this point the Pudge is not really going to be able to do anything. This Pudge is kind of a non-factor now in the lane. He doesn't have any supports that can easily bring in help, like say a Bounty Hunter that could rotate mid and try and even the lane out. The Lion is kind of stuck in top lane here. He needs to stay on the Spirit Breaker, or else the Spirit Breaker can get into a lot of harassment for the Wraith King. Good work by them, though. Elardin and Yambo XD keeping Pandabetch out of the lane by throwing down that harassment. Nope. So mid lane, totally in favor of Hearttree. Bottom lane looks to be the same, 22 and 9 on Anti-Mage right now. Definitely getting the better of this lane. And some harassment going down from BTC. That Pudge Sodium Poisoning trying to make stuff happen in the bottom lane, seeing that mid lane is just a total write-off for him. He's trying to do what he can to help out his team. Well, top lane, Pandabetch didn't miss it, saw him go down. Yambo XD picking up the kill. A really big one on the Wraith King right now. he needs to get ahead as much as he can. A lot of this game is going to sit on his shoulders.
Technical difficulties.
And in the bottom lane, the silencer went down, and I think that was it. No, the lion died on the back end. I think he got killed by the tower there. So action happening all across the map. Sodium Poisoning returning to mid lane, trying to sit in the trees and at least get some experience here. Tendu Style now a good chunk through level 7. Pudge, Sodium Poisoning, level 4.5 maybe. So not at all what the Pudge wants. Elarden, though, is rotating in. Doesn't have a smoke. This is going to be a hard... It's going to be a hard gank to make work. This is... yeah, coming in completely... Coming in just completely visible like this on a Lion who has, you know, less than 600 health, onto an Invoker who can drop down Forged Spirits and just really blow you up if you get out of position. As well, there's a Silencer waiting in the wings. So this is a scary gank. Really, the only way you're gonna make this gank work is by getting all of your spells off first. Oh no, Elarden headed toward the top rune there. Does get a stun and a Hex off on Tendu Style, but Tendu Style is just the power right now. Takes down Sodium Poisoning, and in 2 hits, drops Elarden. That's a double kill for Tendu Style. He is on a killing spree, 6 minutes into the game, leading the last hit board as well. This is a farmed Invoker, and he is going to be a problem moving into the mid game.
It's all the same to me.
This is Beetle on the Tidehunter, still level 4 unfortunately, rotating into mid, at least getting the experience here. At this point, BTC really needs to make something happen. They're just trying to figure out at this point how they can control the damage in this game. Beetle jumps in on Tendu Style, but SM, Pepper, we're waiting in the wings there. Beetle drops to the Sunstrike. Tendu Style does go down. He got Sodium Poisoning first, so that's a 2-for-1 trade. But even then, that's probably almost worth it. Now the goal change is in favor of the Invoker. And in favor of Hearttree. In the top lane, Yambo XD
Dire's mid towers haven't.
getting a decent amount of farm. Not quite the level of farm that say the anti-mage is getting in the bottom lane here with his 44 last hits at 7.5 minutes. He is looking at a pretty good Battle Fury timing, let's just say. Need to go Shreds first, not rushing the Battle Fury like crazy or anything. In mid lane, this Tidehunter is in trouble. No, Pudge and Tidehunter, both almost level 5. Looking beefy and just threatening the Invoker a little bit. In bottom lane, Pepper is looking to make something happen on Rax, but he is totally in vision here. Rax ready to jump out if he needs to. It looks like Beetle's coming in. They may try and jump on the Silencer, but SM in a perfect position, ready for that gank. Hops in on Beetle. Rax might take Pepper down here. He is chasing. He is being... one second. Beetle on the Tidehunter goes down. Rax did use... I'm not sure how he took out the Silencer, but he did. Pandavech charged him. Nothing came of that. Sodium Poisoning came in to defend his buddy. In the meanwhile, Invoker got a tower kill, and now is looking to make something happen. Sodium Poisoning is the first to go down, and Rax might go down here as well. Yes. Another double kill for Tendu Style. Well, this is starting to get extremely scary. This man has Power Treads, Null Talisman, and basically a Radabatos 9 minutes into the game. In the top lane, BTC recognizing that they have an opportunity here with the Spirit Breaker gone to get some damage in on the tower. But they're not able to take it out quite yet. Beetle being tracked up, metaphorically. Not with the actual track spell. But Pepper and Annie are going to go in on this, I believe. They're looking for that opportunity. Rax running back to his creep wave. And here we go. SM initiates. Rax sandstorms immediately. And nothing interesting comes of it. In the top lane, though, Tendu Style ports in, drops the Lion in a matter of seconds, and a bitch charges in and doesn't even get to do anything there. The Invoker was all that was needed to make that happen. And Yambo XD is, well, he is terrified. He is standing at his tier 1 tower when the creep wave is just about at the Radiant side tier 1. Things going out onto this double damage rune. This is probably the oh god. This Invoker is about to get double damage. He's sitting for a good 260 damage a hit. No big. In the bottom lane, Rax and Beetle doing what they have been doing for the past while, which is panic, run back and forth, try and get what experience they can, try and maybe dodge sun strikes. Speaking of which, Tendu Style is not going to be sunstriking anyone in the next little while. He is going to be going for Roshan with the double damage. This should be an easy Roshan kill. Bottom lane still shimmies back and forth between these two teams. In the top lane, the Spirit Breaker may be in trouble here. A good hook, and he is going to be down. Sodium Poisoning did get level 6, so he's got the Dismember after the hook. But he is also actually visible by a ward, so Panda Bitch, seeing that, instead moves bottom, where, along with Annie and Pepper, can make something happen, maybe. Beetle's still not level 6. This is such a big thing, not having level 6 on that Tidehunter. And there's a level 10 Invoker with an Aegis. 12 minutes into the game, not what you want if you're between, blame the captain. And with all the action at the bottom lane, it looks like BTC is able to take out the top tower, maybe? Yeah, WXT taking a lot of damage off of this, probably more than he should have, but the tower is down. Wraith King gets the destroy, and in the bottom lane, Rax getting charged up, getting hit by the anti-mage. Here comes the... the Spirit Breaker ult. I was expecting the anti-mage one to steal that kill. But he decided to give it to his buddies. He's a nice guy. I'm not sure where his Perseverance went, or if he ever had one. He did have the Ring of Health, now it's gone.
Technical difficulties.
Who knows? Anyway, in the mid lane, Tendu Style has taken down a tower and just made a Pudge very, very sad. Bottom lane, Rax doing what he can to keep his tower alive. Beetle comes in. Beetle is level 6, so Beetle and Rax now have the means to make stuff happen. They have the Ravage. They have the Epicenter. They have the tools. They have the technology. Are they going to use it? Recognizing that it's probably a 3-on-2, if not worse, they decide not to for now. Tendu Style coming in. The Terror is now... Oh no! Hook pulls in Rax instead of Tendu Style, but here comes the big Ravage. The Epicenter being charged up. No, it gets cancelled somehow. And oh my, this is not good for BTC. They are defending with what they can, but that's 2 heroes down. They're 2 big teamfight heroes. And now the 3 remaining heroes are here in the bottom lane, outnumbered, behind their tower. Just trying, actually trying to make a fight happen maybe. Tendu Style jumps in. He is at low health, but there's not a lot of damage on the side of BTC. Tendu Style being mana drained right now. And the only remaining hero now in this fight is the Lion. He goes down. The Aegis gets burnt, but Tendu Style still goes in. He's got his Forged Spirits. He's got his right clicks. He has a Blink Dagger that he's using very nicely here. Popping in behind the tier 2, and GG is called. It is a 20-4 kill score. A godlike Invoker with an ultra kill. And
let's do something about that.
Any second now. There we go. End game for HTR. Decisive victory. Okay, so load up now the second game in the series. Give me one moment. We're loading it up. Yeah, I get the feeling, as you can hear, that the draft has started. We'll pop in now. I get the feeling that the draft is going to go somewhat like the last one, in that the first minute is going to be a lot of waiting for their reserve time to drop, as they're not going to pick a hero. Not surprisingly, Invoker getting banned out by BTC. I do not blame them. Not one bit. That Invoker was...
10 seconds to go.
You could tell that that was Tendu Styles. That was one of, if not his hero. Oh, bans! Bans by Hearttree. Enchantress being banned out. And not having to sit through all the reserve time, which is very nice.
10 seconds to go.
Like the captain deciding what other... I also wouldn't be surprised if they banned out, okay, the Omni Knight. So they are still not looking to see OD and Omni Knight. OD being banned by Hearttree, so blame the captain, get their wish of not seeing the OD Omni Knight at all. And now it's BTC's turn to pick. What was their first pick last? They picked up the Tidehunter Sand King combo first last time. See what they decide to go for this time.
10 seconds to go.
Alright, a Death Prophet.
Dyer's pick.
A very solid mid hero. One that can do extremely well in almost every mid matchup. So a smart pick by Blame the Captain, as now they have what I would assume is a hero that shores up the mid matchup against something like an Invoker that hopefully will prevent Tendu Style from going totally ham the way that he did in Game 1. So as opposed to, say, picking a Pudge, who is a tricky hero to play mid and not necessarily a good matchup against Invoker, depending on the players. Alright, Tidehunter and Sand King getting picked up by Hearttree. a familiar opening, but not a familiar opening from Hearttree. So that was Blame the Captain's opening last game. Now Hearttree deciding that, yeah, that's pretty good. Let's go with that. On the side of Blame the
10
Captain,
seconds to go.
Deep Thought and a Clockwork off lane.
Radiance ban.
Interesting pick. Not sure what role specifically the Clockwork is meant to play in this draft. He could just
10
be a
seconds
comfort
to
hero
go.
for Blame the Captain's offlaner.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
Which that's a big factor, especially after that shaky game one. Being on heroes that you feel comfortable with, that you're
Dyer's
confident
ban.
in your play with, is a big deal. And I think I'm also a big fan of
Radiance ban.
simply picking heroes that you're good with, as opposed to trying to make some particular strategy work. I think just simply picking good heroes that you're comfortable with is
10 seconds to go.
is totally valid. All right, some bans: the Sven ban
ban.
by Blame the Captain and Lone Druid. Sven ban we saw in the previous second round of bans by Blame the Captain. Lone Druid, a new one. And Skywrath Mage and Slark being banned out by Hearttree.
Radiance pick.
Not into okay, so it looks like Hearttree are stealing Blame the Captain's draft. With that third pick, Lion. And Blame the Captain respond with... We'll find out. But again, Lion, what a guy.
10 seconds to go.
What a great hero. What a
5
wonderful
seconds.
face.
Crystal Maiden.
All right, Crystal Maiden, the 5 position for Blame the Captain.
Dyer's pick.
And yep, definitely
Radiant's
a draft steal by Hearttree. Something that I don't think I have ever seen before. Certainly this is a maneuver.
Ten seconds to go.
And Blame the Captain, well, they probably are
5 seconds.
familiar with the heroes that Hearttree have picked up so far,
Reserve time.
and probably have some idea of how to draft against. Okay, Phantom Assassin.
Dyer's ban.
To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this pick. Against Finger of Death, against Epicenter, against all of the...
10
just all of
seconds
the
to
stun
go.
and all of the magic damage that Hearttree are looking to
5
throw out in
seconds.
this game. Phantom Assassin is...
Reserve
I would
time.
not want to play a Phantom Assassin in this game. It would be very tricky to get in, to get your damage without getting blown up by all of the AoE and by that Finger of Death. Though a PA with a quick BKB would just about wreck this team for the 10 seconds that the
Radiance
BKB is
ban.
up. So there is that. That may be the idea here. Get the PA BKB as fast as possible and then go from there. Silencer and Legion Commander getting banned out. And
Radiance
not
ban.
surprisingly, a Pudge from Hearttree. And Blame the Captain. For their last hero, they need some kind of 4 position.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
They have plenty of time to make this pick.
Reserve time.
So, yeah, all told,
Looks like we lost one.
I think Blame the Captain's first draft is a more solid draft than Blame the Captain's second draft. Though, Pudge, as a mid-hero, against a Death Prophet, just doesn't feel great. But outside of that mid-matchup, going the way of Blame the Captain, version 2, this just doesn't feel like a squad from Blame the Captain that is going to win games, in that it doesn't feel like it has one of those, like, it doesn't have a path to victory. It's not going to group up and push. It's not going to win the late game. It doesn't have that inevitability factor that you see with lineups that are heavy on hard carries. The execution level that is required to make this draft work is very high. With, again, that PA that is going to have to be totally on point dodging spells. Clockwork, who can...
5 seconds.
A Clockwork that hooks into the wrong position is going to be in a total nest of vipers between the Sand King, Tidehunter, just all of the AoE and all of the tankiness on the side of Hearttree. The Death Prophet, I think Death Prophet is the saving grace of the BTC lineup here. If the Death Prophet has a good game, she has wonderful health pools to... Oh no. Okay, we're going to have a quick break. But yeah, Death Prophet has wonderful health pools to draw from with her... What is this actually called? Spirit Siphon. Right, that said, on the side of BTC, Sodium Poisoning picking up the Faceless Void, which is the last pick. I thought they were going to be going for a 4 position, but I suppose they're not. The Clockwork could be playing the 4 position. And now they have a big team fight ult, which, if deployed well, could do a lot of work against HTR. HTR, a very melee-heavy team, and a team that wants to jump in and make big fights happen. So Faceless Void, very good at stopping that from happening effectively. And that's Sodium Poisoning, who played mid last game. So we'll have to see what positions they choose here. But Elardin is on the Crystal Maiden, Rax is on the Death Prophet, Phantom Assassin is Yambo XD, and Beetle is on the Clockwork with his fun scarf. On the side of HTR, SM is on the Sand King, Annie's on the Wraith King, Tendu Style is on the Pudge, Pandabetch as the Tidehunter, and Pepper is on the Lion.
Alright, carry on.
And here we go. Maybe we can get a hint for who's playing what by the items that they pick up. So that's a 1-position Faceless Void. Not a 1-position Faceless Void? Still not sure what's going on with these heroes. The Phantom Assassin actually headed toward the safe lane. The 1-position Phantom Assassin. Death Prophet has to be in the mid here. Like, has to, right? At any rate, there's a smoke on the side of HTR. They are wrapping around onto this Phantom Assassin. They have eyes on her. Here they come. Are they going to get a stun off? Yes, Yambo panics a little bit, but the stuns are stacked. Not going to matter, as there's your first blood. Yambo XD drops to the ground. Wraith King, the hero that they wanted to see get that, gets that first blood. And HTR is off to a solid start. Meanwhile, Pandabetch headed for the top rune all alone. running into what he thinks is just a little robot. But here comes Sodium Poisoning, here comes Alardin. Pandabetch is frozen up, and he is getting the butt rockets. Pandabetch trying to get back to mid lane. Can he make it to his tower in time? Looks like yes.
High hopes for this one.
Rax not able to get any spells off there, and Pandabetch lives another day. Alright, and this is something that I was thinking, actually with the last draft, I didn't mention it, but there was some aggro try potential here with this draft against the Anti-Mage and the Silencer and the Bounty Hunter, who are not three good brawling heroes. And here we see that come to fruition as the Wraith King, the Sand King, and the Lion are all sitting bottom lane here. Aggro try against a PA Crystal Maiden duo who are not so great. Crystal Maiden is fragile as just about any hero in the game, and PA at low levels doesn't have any tools to fight this tri-lane. So this is going to be a very hard lane for BTC, and they're basically going to lose their safe lane here. In the mid, it is Sodium Poisoning on the Faceless Void in mid against Tendu Style the Pudge. So that's going to be a weird lane. Not much that the Pudge can really do here in order to kill the Faceless Void, so this is going to be a lot of farm trading. And obviously the Faceless Void not able to do much to kill the Pudge either. In the top lane, Beetle is a 4-position Clockwork, and Rax on the Death Prophet is... No, Rax is a 4-position Death Prophet, and Beetle is farming this lane. Yep, or they're sharing the farm. I don't know. Anyway, action may heat up here in the safe lane. Yambo XD gets stunned up once, stunned up twice. Here comes the Wraith Fire Blast, stacking with the Hex, but that does not matter. Yambo XD dies for the second time, not having a good... Oh, and in mid lane. A one-on-one fight there between Tendu Style and Sodium Poisoning goes the way of Tendu Style. The Pudge is on the board.
Radiant's mid tower.
SM and Pepper watching this haste rune for the Pudge. Tendu Style marching bottom lane to grab that. And let's see if he goes toward mid now or tries to get some kills in the bottom lane. Looks like the latter. Things will be heating up very shortly here. The action is going to take place underneath this tower here, unless Alardin gets out of position. Runs right into Tendu Style, gets hooked, gets impaled, and that Crystal Maiden is down. 4-0 for HTR. And Annie in the aggro tri-lane, winning the farm war right here by a ton. 14-7 compared to the 2-0 for Yambo XD. Mid lane being won by Tendu Style, who's ahead on farm in spite of having rotated bottom, and also has that one kill onto Sodium Poisoning, ahead in experience, ahead in gold. In the top lane, Pandabetch caught out, but Beetle sends him toward his tower with those cogs, not trapping him, and Pandabetch gets away and lives to fight another day. That would have been a big kill for BTC, getting on the board and keeping that Tidehunter from getting experience, but it did not happen. Yambo XD and Ellerden, bottom lane. Just that, this is a bad position to be in. This is so scary, playing this with these two fragile heroes against 3 stuns that could be coming in from any angle. They do not have any vision, unlike the Dire here. Oh, Pepper though, caught out of position. Yambo jumps in on it, and that is a kill. So there we go, Yambo's on the board. A little bit surprised that that happened actually in this 2v3 lane, but a big kill. I was actually, oh, and Ellerden, he is now feeling himself, throws out the, throws some frostbite onto Annie. Yambo jumps in, and here we have a TP. SM going deep. Gets the Beetle butt rockets, but the Cogs push SM away from Beetle, and Pepper arrives in the battle. So that rotation not getting anything done. Whoa, rotation from Tendu style, by the way. In the meantime, is it almost results in a kill, but Crystal Maiden shimmies the hook. And he continues to be a monster on the farm. With now 28 last hits, 29 last hits at the 5-minute mark in this aggressive lane. Rax and Pandabetch trading it off in the top lane now. Pandabetch getting only 4 last hits, so. Whoa, in the mid lane. Oh, there we go. This time, the Faceless Void Pudge matchup went in favor of the Faceless Void by just a few hit points. And a big kill for Sodium Poisoning. He did drop the Chronosphere there to make that happen. Lots of pings in the bottom lane. Ellerden poking out over the bushes, getting stunned up once, again stunned up twice. A nice 2-man impale, and now Yambo X'd up with the Wraithfire slow, but he does, almost dies to the, alright. Almost dies to the Caustic Finale, gets away. Sodium Poisoning now, porting into this lane. Oh, Ellerden porting in as well in top lane. Tendu style jumped in on these 2 offlaners, but did not make it happen. Beetle and Pandabetch fighting each other in the Cogs. The Thunderdome. Beetle goes down. Pandabetch goes down. 2-for-1 trade in favor of BTC. Rax gets his level 6 off this. He can start pushing towers now if left unchecked.
Mid tower's coming apart.
And 4-6, BTC are clawing this one back after their 4-0 deficit just a few minutes ago. Ellerden freezing up Annie. Annie is so close to level 6. If he gets killed in this next little bit before he makes that level 6, that is huge. Beetle. Rabbit. On the clockwork.
Invisibility.
Porting into the tier 2, being sneaky. Looking to make something happen in bottom lane. That's level 6 on the Wraith King. So the Wraith King now has his ult. There we go. More frostbites, more daggers. Beetle comes in. And he using up all his mana. He does have the magic stick. Will he use up his ult here though? That is huge. Yeah, that is 260 seconds now without the ult. Tendu style though, porting into bottom, grabs him a robot, gets the kill. And now Tendu style and Annie are looking to get another one. There's Ellerden hooked up from downtown. Another kill, double kill for Tendu style. And Yambo has, not much he can do in this lane outside of run away. Top lane, though. Death Prophet did get the Tidehunter.
Dire's top tower's getting
And the Sand King as well, so those ults being used by Sodium Poisoning and Rax, and they might get a tower off this, though they don't have a lot of creep wave to deal with.
Dire might want to mine the
Oh,
top tower.
Sodium Poisoning, what have you done? And the 2-man rescue operation gets him out of there. Bottom lane, Yambo. Playing it safe, getting the experience, hoping for level 6, then maybe some lucky coups.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Tendu style, farming it up in mid. And here comes Pandabetch. He's level 6, does not have Ravage though.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
The gang is all here. Just waiting to make that move. Speaking of making the move, Tendu. waltzing on in on the Pudge.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Top tower may go down here. But, oh, Tendu style spotted out by the ranged creep. He's just going for it.
Dire's top tower.
Running at Yambo. Oh! Blink dodges the hook, but dodges into the rest of the team. Down goes Yambo. He still gets credit for that. That was beautiful. Ellerden now with no hope here. 4, 5 dire heroes barreling down on him. Another double kill for Tendu. And down is going to go this tower. So that's going to be a tier 1 for tier 1 trade, but with 2 kills going the way of the dire. Heart Tree picking up, especially that kill on Yambo, the hard carry. Sodium poisoning, making some work on the mid tower as well. Seeing that all 5 heroes are bottom, Yambo jumping in as well. BTC fighting to get whatever they can out of this. Oh no! Oh no! The Chronosphere locks up Yambo, freezes him out, and the tower goes to work. Sodium poisoning. Trapped in the trees, trying to TP out. Will he make it? Tendu style does not have any mana for a hook. And sodium poisoning makes it out with his life at least. Heroes now gathered on mid lane. Pepper denying the tower. Down it goes.
The Dire disowned the mid tower.
Alright, BTC playing scrappy, but they are holding on. Switching over to net worth, yeah, not surprisingly. Wraith King and Pudge, the 2 top heroes, but the next 3 do belong to BTC. And in mid lane, here we see Tendu and company. No, Tendu backing off, leaving his 3 teammates to sit in the lane. Oh, here we go. Looking for the hook, looking for the initiation. All 5 heroes from BTC are sitting in this lane, waiting to go. Other than moving forward, that is not really where Crystal Maiden wants to be. Out in front like that. But here we go. Blink. That was Yambo over to sodium poisoning. In comes the initiation. Ellerden's down. Beetle taking a lot of damage. Here comes Rax sitting in the trees, letting his ghosts do the work. Tendu style jumping onto sodium poisoning, but sodium poisoning reverses the damage. Tendu style down. Annie and Yambo fighting it out. Annie missing onto that PA blur. Trying to get the hits, Will he take her down? Yes, Wraithfire Blast. Finishing her off. And that is a 3-0 right now. No, Tendu did buy back, so 3-for-1 with a buyback. Rax goes down, make that 4-for-1 with a buyback. The Dire, HTR, Heart Tree, running in, going after Ellerden, trying to make it 5. Tendu going ham, and he jumps in, gets hooked, throws down the auto attacks though. Down goes Ellerden on that Crystal Maiden. And that is sort of a wipe. The fight is not over though. Sodium poisoning still in this. Oh no. Jumps to the low ground, doesn't make it. That little jump that he has, not enough to get him onto Pepper. And Pepper throws down a stun, runs away. Beetle chasing down Tendu style. Tendu at half health. There's the hook shot, the cogs, the butt rockets. Yambo comes in, drops down the right clicks, and Beetle just owned Tendu style's head for 423 gold. That was a fight. HDR coming out big in that one. And now both teams, well, HDR going to lick their wounds in the fountain. As now, alright, ETC coming down mid lane. They have, well, one of their ults. They don't have the Death Prophet ult quite yet, so this is not a great push to be making. They recognize that. They leave mid lane and run into Panda Betch. Well, hello there, Tide Hunter. all of the spells being used, and that is a dead Tidehunter. That's 29 seconds that they're not going to have Ravage. Let's see what BTC try and make of this. They're all moving now to bottom lane. That is the last tier 1 tower. Their next objective, it looks like. Alright, defense being called out. On mid lane, looks like they may abandon that bottom lane and instead defend mid and make a team fight happen there. A little bit split, it looks like. Sodium poisoning, farming the jungle.
Radiant's mid tower.
Beetle defending mid, well, sitting near mid. Not really doing much effective defense. And Sodium poisoning has disconnected. Hopefully this doesn't last too long. This, I think, is going to be the only series that I cast for now, because I can feel my sinuses just like filling up as I do this. Just getting more and more congested. So yes, this is going to be the only game I think I cast today. Tomorrow, not much going on, so I will probably cast more. And here we go! Sodium poisoning is back. Both teams are, well, one team is looking to fight
Dire's top towers
as
getting beat
Hearttree.
down.
Oh, initiation onto Lion. Here comes Beetle. Here comes Rax. That is a dead Lion, and this is the opportunity. Oh, SM drops the epicenter onto 2. Big damage. Ellerden trying to get away. He is not going to. Rax pops the ult, but the Ravage is there. Rax is down. That's 2 for 1 on the side of HTR. Sodium poisoning with a big 2-man chrono, getting Tendusel right on the edge. Yambo able to do the damage there.
Guess what's happening to Dire?
The Pudge is down, the big scary mid. And now Annie running for his life. He doesn't have his ult, so this is going to be a dead Wraith King if they can make this happen. Down he goes, Sodium poisoning, 637 gold in his pocket. Yambo now starting to retreat. Panda Betch looking to cut that off. Sodium poisoning with hardly any health. SM on his tail. No mana either, so this Faceless Void
Double damage.
needs some kind of miracle in order to get out. Oh, CM is back up. He's got the mana regen he needs to keep jumping. He's got a Blink Dagger in his stash. If he had bought that at the side shop, maybe he could have made something happen, but Sodium poisoning has just dropped down. Oh, Beetle. Beetle wants to avenge his purple friend. Big silence onto 2. The cogs keeping SM into place. Yambo's sword dropping him. Panda Betch trying to get away. Getting hit with the Soul Siphon. Oh, Annie is here. Annie is angry. Annie has his ult. Beetle, though, drops the cogs, knocks him away. Rax chasing the Tidehunter under the tier 1 tower. Annie looking to make something happen. Oh, CM ult. Keeping Tendu style at bay, and now BTC retreating. The hook off the mark. The blink from the Wraith King, though, is not. And the CM goes down once again. I don't even know what the trade was there.
Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good.
But Tendu style dropping. Sodium poisoning now the second in net worth. And again, the next 3. Oh, Death Prophet jumps above Tendu style as well. So the net worth, let's check the graph.
What's with all the scribbling?
Actually even. And the XP just a little bit in favor of the Radiant of BTC. Big team fight potential. Epicenter from SM, sure. Yeah. He's showing something. Beetle blocking them out with the cogs. Oh! There's that 4 hits from those cogs. Annie dropping under the tier 2. He'll be back though. Rax pops the ult. Ellerden comes in. And now HTR are on the hunt. between the tier 2 and tier 3 of their opponents. In comes Sodium Poisoning. Chronosphere just onto the 1. Make that onto 2 as SM jumps into it. SM getting bashed up. Will he get away? A lot of spirits are chasing him down. Drops the sand to keep himself alive. Sodium Poisoning gets a little bit too far in. He drops. Rax now got a little bit too far in. Down she goes. Down goes the Crystal Maiden there as well. And that's 3 for 2. Going in favor of HDR. Now they can claim this tower as their prize. Beetle not really able to get much done here. Except maybe kill SM if he gets another good rocket.
Radiant structures must have been fortified.
SM has no TP.
Radiant's bottom towers seen better days.
It's entirely possible that the Sand King will die in the next couple seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight.
Rocket Flare. Actually, I don't think he has the damage anymore. Oh well. Meanwhile, that whole time, Yambo has been farming the top lane, as is Yasha. So, the PA clawing back into that game after that
Radiant's bottom tower's been disowned.
total lack of ability to get anything done in the laning phase. Annie jumping in the Radiant jungle onto Beetle. Beetle responds with a hook shot with some cogs. The silence onto Annie, but the Finger of Death drops Beetle. Ellerden now. The big ult, no, gets cancelled by the Wraithfire Blast. Annie is down for good this time. Pepper's running away, very low health. SM at low health as well, but he has an Invis rune and he's getting out of there. Sodium Poisoning chasing down Pandabetch. Pandabetch does not have Ravage. Oh, but BTC decides to fall back and just go do a bit of farming instead of chasing that one down. How's that XP graph looking? Okay, a little bit more toward the side of HTR now, but not really any significant lead. Beetle, I've liked this guy's clockwork. He has really made stuff happen this game. It's been fun to watch. Oh, Ellerden, what are you doing, man? This Crystal Maiden way in the middle of nowhere. But Sodium Poisoning has the back with Chronosphere. That's the term, right? Pandabetch forced staffing out of there. Not wanting to fight that. Oh, Ellerden. Ellerden, you are so stuck. Chronosphere going down, but the Rot still takes her out. Sodium Poisoning getting blown up by all of the damage that HTR could throw at him. Ravage going down onto Beetle and Rax. SM goes down. Beetle trying to keep himself alive. Same with Rax. Rax gets impaled up, and the Wraithfire Blast takes him out.
Do something about that bottom tower.
Tendu style, and SM did go down there, so that's a 3 for 2 trade so far in this fight. Beetle wants to make the damage happen, trying to get some control here. Yambo coming in to clean up, gets Pandabetch, has daggers with the entire HTR team's name on them, jumps onto, trying to get Pepper, trying to get Annie, trying to get something. Annie has the armlet that's going to make it very difficult for Yambo to get anything done, and Yambo backs off. Two opponents with very little health there, but unfortunately PA just didn't have the tools to make that happen. And I think Yambo got a little bit excited and split the damage more than he needed to. Alright, Sodium Poisoning smartly backing off and getting some farm out of this. This man needs to tank up. He's getting his Chronospheres off. And they're working out quite well, but once the Chronosphere drops, HCR is being very smart about just wrecking this Faceless Void, throwing into him with the stuns, and he's just going from 100% to dead, it seems, in a second in almost every battle. Oh, Tendu style has the haste rune, and he's got eyes on Beetle. Gets the chew off, and the Finger of Death steals the kill.
Start of your suffering.
This is 40 seconds where BTC is not going to be able to get a fight going. So they will back off and farm, hopefully. Yeah, that's what we're seeing here. Yeah, just BTC playing it safe. As HTR uses their map control. Oh no. Pepper and SM moving in on to Yambo, maybe. There we go. There's the first stun, the second stun. Yambo, the epicenter got cancelled. And here comes the backup, Rax and Ellerden. Big crit, drops SM. And BTC is turning this fight around. They've got eyes on Pepper. They are chasing, but oh, yeah, this is a dead lion. Jeez, guys. BTC throwing down the hookshot, the chronosphere, just making sure that that little man does not make it out of this fight. In the meantime, though, HTR taking advantage of the grouping up BTC, taking the top tower, the tier 1, moving on to the tier 2 now. Rax playing it a little bit risky here, hoping not to get hooked. He doesn't, and successfully keeps his tier 2 alive, drops that pressure off. Yambo just trying to get whatever farm he can. Has an Ogre Club, not sure if he's going to be using that for a Sanjin Yasha or for a BKB. Probably the BKB. Yeah, there we go. This is going to be a big item for Yambo. As I mentioned, even during the draft, having a BKB on the PA is going to make a world of difference in this game. Alright, HTR. Now, backing off, grouping up, potentially looking to push. Or smoke. Okay. So 4 of their heroes now, smoking up, moving into the Radiant jungle. BTC look like they're ready for this, maybe. Or, never mind, they weren't going to the jungle, they were going to Roche. Sorry. Ooh, scouted out though. Oh, this could be a big turnaround. Beetle, hook shots onto Tendu style. Tendu has an invis, he can get out of this though. And there we go, Annie dropping a Wraithfire Blast. SM comes in with the epicenter, and Ellerden just disappears from the fight. Annie now. Ooh, that's a bad time to disconnect. Okay, so let's analyze the fight a little, shall we? Tendu style. Has a hook. Oh, this is has a hook and probably is looking to use it to kill off Beetle. All right, Tidehunter reconnected. Let's go. Ravage fully stocked. Wraith King has an extra life after sodium poisoning takes him out. Death Prophet. Oh no, 8 seconds on the exorcism. So Death Prophet is not going to have the ult during this fight. PA a little bit behind, but looking to get in and looking to do some damage. Let's see what happens. Beetle dodging the hooks. No, he does not. In comes the Ravage immediately as the Chronosphere goes down. Sodium poisoning melts. Rax and Yambo, the 2 surviving members of BTC, doing what they can. Yambo just running. Rax trying to get away. Popped the ult. Has 1 Spirit Siphon, not even able to use it. Tidehunter with the gush drops her. So a 5-man wipe. None down on the side of HTR. Reincarnation still up on Wraith King. And here we go. Roche down for HTR. This could lead to a final push. Shade being thrown at Rogers. So with all the gold, with all the experience, and with the Aegis that they picked up from that fight, HTR, Hearttree, are now barreling down mid. Tendu sneaking around, probably looking at killing this Crystal Maiden before the fight even happens. But he's under a ward, so Ellerden gets out of there. 7 seconds on the Chronosphere, 50 still on the Exorcism. For at least the tier 2.
Radiant's mid
This
tower
Death Prophet
could
is
use a hand.
not going to be a big factor in the fight. Except for her. Oh! That was close. Oh! Meanwhile, in the jungle,
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
hookshot comes out onto Pepper. Pepper tries to get away, does not. Fight comes in full force. Big epicenter. Rax grabbed, not killed. Big Chronosphere. And he gets knocked out on the edge of that one. Crystal Maiden now dropping the ult. Tendu style hooks her out of it. Yambo down. Sodium poisoning. Trying to fight here against 3 HTR heroes. Jumps out of there and gets away. So that's a 3 for 2 trade. The Sand King and the Lion going down on the side of HTR. On the side of BTC, the PA, the CM, and the Death Prophet were the casualties. The Aegis also still intact. And this Wraith King is very close to a BKB. PA, on the other hand, not. Doesn't look like she's going to get one for any of the next like 2 team fights.
Radiant's mid tower
So, 16 seconds until all BTC heroes are up. They have the Exorcism. They will not have the Chronosphere or the... What is this even? Freezing Field.
mid tower could use a hand.
They also will not have a tier 2 at this rate. Ellerden! You crazy person, you. CM is not that tanky. But I digress. Now, HTR backing off, which I think is surprising. Given that they just used a lot of the ults on the other side of things, I guess they're still missing some of their ults as well. No Epicenter, no Finger of Death, and no Wraith King reincarnation. Well, they're still grouped up. No mana on the Tidehunter, I suppose. Not sure why they're not going for this. Seems like they have everything they need to take the high ground. Or at least take that tier 2. But here they go, bottom lane. Pinged out. Beetle. Our robot friend wants to hook in there. Okay, here we go. Fudge. Tendu style, out in front. Ready to throw those hooks. Does not. Beetle, hook shots in onto Pepper. That's exactly the target he was looking for. Pepper goes down 5 on 4 here, but SM, big epicenter, does not take out Beetle just yet. Does not take out Rax just yet. Annie, though, comes in. The Death Prophet cleaned up. That's a 1 for 1 trade so far. Ellerden's down 2. Tendu style, running past the tier 3, grabs onto Yambo. Yambo's down. Annie at no health, but he still has the Aegis and he still has reincarnation. And now it looks like HTR have taken control of the tier 3 of BTC, and they're going to drop this and they're going to drop the Rax. 2 heroes left on BTC are not able to kill off this this squad that's hitting the Rax. Yeah, this is rough. And meanwhile, mid lane, Sodium Poisoning died to the Lion at the tier 2 on the Dire side. Was not expecting that. Okay, Pudge stuck under the 2 tier 4s, getting pummeled. Clockwork trapping him there with the cogs, and the Pudge was just killed. He just reclaimed. Wow, that is just a max time Roshan. But the Rax gutted in the bottom lane.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
And HTR are grouping up mid for next push. Annie leading the charge on the Wraith King. SM and Pepper flanking him. Beetle in a I'm guessing about 7 seconds, will drop a hook shot and go ham. Unless he gets spotted. No, he doesn't. Backs off. Oh no, Ellerden under the tier 2. Dropped in a Wraith Fire and 2 auto attacks. And he now does have the BKB. That 10-second charge. Here's the hook shot onto some neutral creeps. And Beetle walks around, backs off. Yeah, but they are looking to fight this. BTC are in the jungle. Or maybe they're just looking to get some farm as their tier 2 goes down. Denied actually by Rax. Rax playing with fire. That's a lot of heroes with blink daggers right next to her. And Beetle running in. Oh my god, that's clockwork. The level of ham from this player as he goes down. And Rax follows suit. Sodium poisoning though. Got the nice Chronosphere off. Is going to take out SM. Maybe. No. Doesn't make it happen. And he loses the ultimate. But. Jeez. That is. Was this a. Nope. Never mind. Alright, Tendu style, jumping in to the base, just waltzes in onto the high ground. Yambo did finish the BKB, but could not make anything happen with it as Tendu just chases her into her fountain. Annie and Pandabetch wailing on this tier 3 mid. Tendu joins them. Wharf, says Pepper. And there goes the tower, the Rax soon to follow. 4 heroes down on the side of BTC. Only the PA alive. Not able to defend this. The Hag's Gush from Tidehunter. It's a lot of fun to use. And, oh, Tendu style. Jumping in. Gets a hold of Rax with the hook. Annie joins the fight. Big Ravage goes down. Sodium poisoning down. Yambo down. Beetle cogged up with Pandabetch, but unable to get the kill. And now the stuns come out. The hooks come out. And down he goes. So, game is looking pretty over at this point. Just some last fun being had. Crystal Maiden is down. That's all 5 down on the side of BTC, and that's GG. Well played. Alright, 36 minutes into the game. GG is called. And HTR take out BTC in a 2-0 series. So, alright, we're gonna pop over to that screen. So, yeah, excellent series by Hearttree. Showing just some solid play. Tendu style, definitely a player to watch out for. I would say having watched that one series. BTC, I talked to BTC, or talked to Sodium Poisoning after the match, and he was saying that, yeah, they got stomped, but that second game, he said it felt like that was the first time that their team started to feel like a team. And you could see it. You could see after the first game, like the first game, they just, they kind of, well, everything was on fire for them the first game, from minute 1. Whereas in the second game, in spite of the lanes not going well, they did pull it back, and they did even it back out. And they did that with just some really good but scrappy team fights. So it was, so yeah, kind of cool to see. So BTC, I think, are going to be, they're going to improve, I think, in that they're going to be a fun team to watch as the league progresses. HTR, on the other hand, they may be one of the killers of the team. They may be one of the teams to look out for. one of the teams that are going to be scary to play if you are going up against them. And well, that's also going to be exciting because it's always fun to see which teams shuffle when it shuffles out are on top and which teams are the best. And I think they might be even contenders for that. Especially their gameplay, obviously a little bit trolly today, or on last Monday, 4 or 5 days ago. But yeah, we're going to see, I think we're going to see that side of them. And also when they come up against the other killers in the tournament, we're going to see that serious side of them. They're going to, and it's going to be interesting to watch that. It's going to be fun to see how they react when suddenly they come up against a team like, say, MYI, who are going to put the squeeze on them and are going to punish them if they play clowny and are going to not allow them to make mistakes. But anyway, so that was BTC versus HTR. Blame the Captain versus Hearttree. It was the first week OAHGL matchup between these two teams. And look for other matchups this week that I will be casting. That is, I think the next one I'm going to be casting probably tomorrow is MYI, which I've mentioned are other killers in the tournament. Heavy favorites to win against Team Mercury, who I don't know a lot about, so we get to find out about them. We get to learn. And that's all I've got for now. Thanks for tuning in or clicking watch. So continue to check out the OAHGL action, please. And I'll see you all maybe tomorrow. Bye.